Welcome viewers. In this video we are going to see how to create a quiz inside Google Classroom, how to launch the quiz and how to generate or download grade sheets. So now we are inside the Google Classroom, and the classwork is the tab which we need to choose, and here you have the create button. So when you click on that, you get these options: assignment, quiz, question, material. So what we want to create is a quiz assignment, so click on that. So it will take you to this page. So the first thing what you need to do is you select a topic. It's because say if the quiz is going to be just one of a kind, only one quiz, then probably don't mind about this. Say for example, in a particular course there are so many topics. Of course in India most of the universities, the courses are based on units, and each course has got 5 units. So what you can do is so under each unit you will be creating a lot of quizzes. So it's better to create a topic here. So it could be unit 1, or if you are very specific, say census as the topic. Now come back here, give the title for this quiz. So I'll give it as quiz 1, and of course you can give some subtopic under census also. So that's based on your requirement. So if you want to give any instruction for the students, you can type it here. So otherwise you can straight away go to create blank quiz. So click on this. So now it takes you to a page where we'll create the quiz questions. So again there is a topic here, it's a blank quiz. You can give the quiz name. I'm giving the same title here. You want to give any description, you can give it. Probably most of the time you won't need anything, so only thing is this heading for the quiz we need to give. So here is where we are going to create the questions, and in the side you have various tools. Of course we'll first focus on how to add questions, so remaining I'll give it in a separate video. So when you click on that, so if you click here, there are options here. So it could be a question where the student needs to give a short answer or a small paragraph, or multiple choice questions, or check boxes, or drop down. So multiple choice question is where there are 4 options, of which only one is the right answer, which the student needs to choose. And check boxes is where it looks similar to multiple choice question, but only thing is the students for a given question there will be more than one answer which the student needs to pick. In other words, he needs to check the boxes. And in the drop down is where you give them a different way of giving it is like could be true or false, yes, no, or again give 2 or 3 options, and from which student has to choose one. So most widely used is multiple choice question. So we'll create a multiple choice question and type in the answer here. So the color of the sky, the moment it senses the word sky, it says blue light, probably the artificial intelligence built in. So we'll give options here. I have typed in red. So when you press enter, it will go to the second option. So these are the 4 options that's given for this question. Now here you have this answer key. So click on that. So among this, because blue is the right answer, so I click that. So we need to assign points here. So now we may ask a question. Normally when it is a multiple choice question, the points given is 1, or the mark given is 1. So this is the normal thing. Sometimes, as I told you, if it is answer which has got more than one answer, instead of 1 point you can give 2 or 3. Sometimes the question may be tough. In terms of weightage, you can give 2 points or 3 points for a particular question. So that depends upon the question. So we have clicked the right answer, we have assigned the points. Then of course here answer feedback. If it is an incorrect answer, you can say better luck next time, or if it is a correct answer, you can say well done, whatever it is. So that you can give, that's to motivate the students. So I mean, for the time being I'm not giving anything here, and it's over. And then here it is say whether he has to compulsorily attend it or not. If you say he has to answer, click on required, right? So now we have created a multiple choice question. We have given the correct answer. We have assigned how many points it is, and we have made it compulsory for the students to attend. This is one type. So probably next we'll have a true or false question. And of course Google has got one more option. There is an option here, duplicate. So when you click on that, this whole setup will be replicated. All that you need to do is go change the question and change the answers, right? So now we'll create another multiple choice questions. So we'll have a true or false. So probably Google has guessed it's going to be true or false type, so it is giving me the options. So automatically it has taken. So when I enter, automatically it gives the option false, right? If you want to add one more still, you can add it. So now we'll have the answer key. Probably I'll say all birds can fly. It's true, and I'll give 1 point for this, and done, and I'll say required, right? So now I have created two questions, one multiple choice, other one is a true or false type. So now a little bit decorate this, to make it a little bit more interesting. So here you have the option customizing the themes. So you can see here now it's purple is selected here. The lines are border. So I can choose some other theme. You can see the color changes, and this is the theme color. And in addition to that, the background color, if I want, I can change it. So I can see that it has become darkened here. And the font style you want, can change it. Not much of options. We use the basic font here. And there is no header here. Of course, you have a heading for this, and you can choose a header image. And of course, Google has given a lot of options here. Based on that, you see the header images here. So two ways I can do. One, I can choose from one of these images, right? Probably you can select one that matches with the background, whatever it is. This is one option. Or what I can do is I can go to upload and I can browse it. Means I can create my own custom header. And if you are creating a custom header, keep in mind that the size of that header should be 1600 by 400 pixels. So for this demo purpose, I will just choose one image from this. Well, I'll choose this and insert it. So the image is inserted, right? I have set the theme color, I have set the background color, right? I have chosen the font, right? Most of the things have been done. So there are a couple of other settings. So when you go to this settings button, so here it says whether you want to collect the email address, right, from the respondents, and whom you are restricting this quiz to. By default it is restricted to of course it's my college name here, and the way the classroom is created, only students of our college can attend it. Whether you are limiting them to only one response, right? So whether the respondent can edit after submitting, or it's once he submits he will not be able to edit. Whether he can see the summary charts and text responses, all depends upon your requirement. And in the presentation, he can show a progress bar as he keeps answering questions. The progress bar will tell him how much he has progressed. And if you're giving the same question for more number of students, to make it foolproof, you can shuffle the question order and show link to submit another response, right? If he's only once, he need not give another response. So once he answers a question, once he submits, there can be a confirmation message saying that your response has been recorded. This is the default message. You want, you can type in your own custom message there. And the quizzes, make this as a quiz, assign point values. So how do you release the grade? Can the student immediately see that? And the respondents can see missed questions, correct answers, and the values and things like that. So depending upon your requirements, you make all these settings and then save here, right? So I have done the settings. Now before going to the next step, let's have a preview of how your quiz will be, or how the students will look at your quiz. So click on preview. So you have the image what you selected, quiz 1, it is required. Of course there is a mistake here, one question extra has come here. So this is the question, true or false, what is the point here, the next question. So this is how my quiz will look like, and you can submit it. Or at this stage, you have made some mistake, you can go back and then you can edit it. So I can delete this, right? So now you go to preview. So that extra question has been removed now, that option has been removed. So this is how my quiz will look like. So I'll close this. So now I will come back to my classroom tab. So here you can see, of course, still it says blank quiz. So now here you have to assign the points, how many marks it is for the quiz. So we had 2 questions and each question had 1 point each, so total number of points is 2. It can be ungraded quiz also, right? If you are giving it casually, it can be ungraded, but I want to have points for that, right? So now here you have a button assign. So when I click on assign, this quiz will be immediately launched, and who all will attend this? So here by default it is all students, right? Or if you want to assign it to specific students, you can select that. So here it is being assigned to all the students. And if I click on this, there are options here. So I can schedule this quiz to be given at a later time. So here you can see the due date, all those things are there. Or what I'll do is I'll save it as a draft, right? So now it has been saved as a draft. So now you can see this is the topic sensors under which you have quiz. It is a draft now. So of course normally what I do is, this quiz can be launched at the beginning of your class or in the middle, to break the monotony in the middle of that, or towards the end you can launch the quiz, right? So I have made all the settings ready and my quiz is ready. So let's assume the class is going on and I want to launch the quiz. So click on this and select edit. So now here you can see the title of the quiz has come here, quiz 1, and I have enabled the importing grades. The topic is sensors, points 2 points. This is for the course and all the students have to. So now what I'll do is I will click on the button assign. So it asks for confirmation, yes, assign. Right? So the quiz has been posted to the students. So they will be able to see the quiz and then they will be able to answer it. So let's see whether now how to import the grades here. So let's assume the students have taken this. So now click on this, you will have view assignment. So of course here itself we can see it was assigned to 16 students, and the turned in, it will tell you how many students have taken the quiz out of that 16 assigned. So of course no one has taken it, so it says 0. So go to view assignment, right? So here you can see it has been assigned to 16 people, and now what you have to do is you have to import the grades after they have taken, right? So it says are you sure you want to import? Say yes. Right? So after you import the grades, you are supposed to see here, so you can say because maximum mark is 2 or 2 points we assign, what is the grade this boy got. Okay, and here it says it was assigned to how many. Normally we assign to all the students, right? We have imported the grades. So before generating the mark sheets, you have to return these marks to the students. So I'll select here, right? So I can't return because no student has taken the quiz, right? If any of them have taken, this will be enabled. So once you click on that, the marks will be displayed here, right? And also the information, the test mark will be sent to those students through email. So that is the purpose of this button. So because no one has taken it, we are not able to see it here. So let's not worry about it. So we have imported it. Then the next step is to generate the grade sheet. So the first option is copy all grades to Google Sheets. So when you click on this, what happens? So as I told you, sensor is the topic in which we have quiz 1 conducted. So the marks for quiz 1 will be generated as a Google Sheet and it will be in the drive. And also it will show you the average of the class in that. So let's assume that after some time you created 3 or 4 quizzes. So when you click here, copy all grades to Google Sheet, there will be one Google Sheet wherein the quiz marks of all these, say let's assume 5 quizzes under this topic sensors. So all the 5 will be listed and each of those 5 quizzes, the class average will be given. And now the second option is download all grades as comma separated values. So when I click on this, the same thing will happen. The marks of all the quizzes, say 5 quizzes, will be downloaded to your local hard disk. So I'll click on this. So now it is asking you to save it, right? Let's not save it. And the third option is download these grades as CSV, means this current quiz marks will be saved. So when I click on this, download, so you can save this quiz 1 alone. It automatically tells quiz 1 marks. So you can save it in your local drive. Of course, for clarity's sake, we'll click on this, copy all grades to Google Sheet and then see whether it generates a Google Sheet. So of course it will take some time because it has to generate and then. So here you can see, so this is the student details, this email ID, and here you are supposed to get the quiz marks of the individual students, and here it will give you the, so this is where it will give you the class average. So this is what I told you. This is quiz 1, the maximum marks is 2, so it will give you the class average and this will be saved in your Google Drive. So time being we'll close this. So this is all about creating a quiz, giving a title, assigning it and then generating the marks for this. And say for example, out of the 16, let's assume 12 took up that. So here over to bottom you can see that they were turned in, and those who didn't take the test will be shown as assigned, right? So this is all about this. Hope the message was clear and it will be useful to you. Thanks for listening. If you like the video, please, if you found it useful, please click the like symbol and then like button and then subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.